Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Retro Gaming with Hopper, and as always, thank you for watching. Today we're going to get started on working on the cabinet of this 1975 Gottlieb soccer. We got some touching up to do along the edges here, or on the side. Our biggest problem is our front. Looks really rough. And we got the holes from the security bar here and here, and then this had a security panel on the bottom at one time because we got the holes. They're all along the bottom where you bolt those security panels on the bottom. Inside we don't have nothing to do on the inside. We got to fix this back piece. Wants to keep coming off. It's no longer glued. Patch a couple holes, clean it all up. This side, same thing, just touch up and plug some holes. The biggest thing we have to do on the cabinet is this back box. Get it turned around here so you can see it. Not supposed to be yellow. It's supposed to be that same cream or white, and it should have that same red mark or area like on the front here. It comes up and goes down all the way across the bottom edge. I'm thinking this machine got dropped or something, because the back box is kind of rough. You know, you can see, I think that corner was broke out, and definitely that one. So we'll have to get that stripped down and see what we got to do to get that fixed. The sides are nailed in all along the bottom there. So we'll have to take a look and see what's going on. Probably do some re-gluing, get it all glued back together, and get her painted the way it's supposed to be. The white with that nice little red trim on it, or area, whatever you want to call it. First thing we're going to get started on is we're going to go ahead and we're going to tear the we're going to take the coin door off of this, and probably this top piece here, get that all taken off so we can actually work on the front of this and get started on working on the cabinet. Get this cabinet all squared away before we start putting anything back in it. So let's get started. Let's take the coin door off of it and get this front all stripped down and ready to start working on it. Okay, we got the coin door off, took all the legs off of it, got our cabinet up on a couple of sawhorses, and we can start getting it cleaned up. The first thing we're going to do, now that I got the cabinet stripped down, is we're going to scrub the cabinet. And what we're going to clean the cabinet with is good old Gojo original formula. I'll tell you, that stuff takes off just about anything and leaves the paint, thank God. And then once we get her all cleaned up, then we can assess what we need to do. We'll have a little better idea as to what needs done and what colors are actually there. Get all the dirt and grime off of it, and then the colors will show up a little better, and it's easier to match up, which I'm not real good at matching, but hey, it is what it is. So let me scrub down the cabinet, and then I'll come back and show you what the cabinet looks like after it's cleaned up. Now folks, we got her all cleaned up. I got her, like I said, I scrubbed the cabinet down. Doesn't look too bad. Still a lot of yellowing in it, but there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do about yellowing. It's a natural natural patina. So we're going to leave the natural patina on it. The only problem with natural patina is it can be lighter in one area and darker in another, and it really makes it hard for matching up paint. So the front, I think I'm going to have to repaint the whole front, because you know there's a big area here where there's paint's all wore off of it. I'm going to plug holes in it, and big holes here and here, and by the time I get all that done, sanded down, it's just going to be better just to repaint the whole front. But hey, we'll get her matched up as close as we can anyway. So let's get started plugging holes and getting it ready. It's about that time to get some holes plugged and filled, sanded down, get it ready to start touching up a lot of the smaller areas I can just touch up, like on this guy's butt and all the holes from the security panel. We'll get that all. It'll look good. It'll look good enough anyway. So yeah, let's get started on plugging holes. Just wanted to let you see what I found. You can see that both of these corners were broke out. At one time, I still believe this machine was dropped, or something hit the backboard or the head, back box. But you can see both these corners were blowed out, and we have a pretty bad ridge here and here. But we can get it smoothed out to look good. What I will do before I do any filling or anything to straighten this out, if you were restoring this machine, you would take this board off and replace it. It's just poplar. They used the cheapest material that they could on these pinball machines for cost and for weight. Poplar is a nice light wood. The plywood is a kind of a B or C grade that they use. That's why that splatter effect. You get that little splatter effect in there, and it covers up a lot of imperfections. You can make it look good with the cheaper plywood by doing it that way. Same here, you use a poplar, nice and white, light wood. It makes the whole machine lighter and easier to move around. I went ahead and I decided I'm going to paint that whole piece here around the coin door. You can see I got started. I got the holes filled in. Still got a little bit more filling to do. Got all the holes plugged. Started working down along the side. Plugged all the holes and filled them. But on this back box, what we're going to do is I will get under here and lift them up and inject glue under them and clamp it down so it doesn't have a tendency to want to bust out again. We can get it solid enough by gluing everything back down. It's really solid back in here. It's right back here on the edges on both of these that are really weak, and I guess they didn't put any glue or anything under them. Found a few nails, so I don't know if they just nailed it on or put glue right in here and then nailed them down. Starting to get the side the face of it all sanded down. Try and get some of the initials that are carved in it out, so it'll look better. We'll paint all under there. Along the inside, we're going to paint it all the same color as the whole machine, and we'll put the art back in it. You can see where the art used to be. Still see the lines there. This thing must have been painted about 10 times or more, you know, because we got bright red, darker red, kind of a cream color, a white, a red again, and a yellow. So we got plenty of paint on it. And we'll get her and get it sanded down and paint it up really nice. Now all we need to do is get these glued down and start getting stuff filled in so we can get it ready for paint. And that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, got her all glued and clamped, both corners. We gotta let that set up, and then we can fill her up. We can fill it and get it all nice. There's the cabinet I'm working on too, all squared away. Yeah, it's better. So we're ready to paint there. Got it all masked off. Got the front of the machine all ready to be painted. Got it all masked off. All I got to do is kick on the heat it up in here, and then we can go ahead and paint. This really turned out good. That's going to look nice. So let's get to painting. Okay, there she is, folks, painted. Not real enthused with the color, but you know, what are you going to do? That definitely doesn't look like the lid. They're close, I guess, with the lid color. You know, I picked that one. It was either that or a whole lot of yellow, or that one. Which that one would have been a little too white. But who knows, that may have been better. Oops. But she's all colored in. We're not going for perfect. If we were going for perfect, we would have taken and stripped down the whole cabinet and painted it and put all the artwork back on it. Which, you know, can do it, but it's very time consuming. And we're not going for perfect. We're just going to make this a really nice, playable machine for somebody. It's going to look really nice once I get the red art in here and at the bottom of the front. That'll look really good with the red on it. I picked up a red. That's the one that fell on the floor, of course. That's what I was going to spray in the artwork with. Let's go around the other side here. But I don't know if I'm going to spray it or if I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, because that's pretty close if you want to go by the lid. I don't know if I want to spray it or if I want to just go ahead and do it by hand. Use acrylics and paint in that artwork, because there's only a little bit, you know, there's only right at the bottom. So we'll see. I'll look at the pictures again of it after it's, you know, of the machine, and we'll see if there's anything else. Once I get this all unmasked, I'll set the head unit up on there, and that'll give us a better idea as to how it's going to look. I think it's going to look really good. So let this set up, and then we'll get it unmasked and see what it looks like unmasked. All right, there she is. I went ahead and cleaned up the coin door and the top plate here. This little dude, coin receiver. Cleaned that all up, put them on, cleaned the legs up, put them on. Thought I was going to have to buy new legs, but they cleaned up nice. I got to finish up the cabinet. Touching up the cabinet. First I'm going to do my black. I'll get all the black in. And we still have a fixed area right there that I have to color in. And we'll start working on the playing field. We'll touch up the playing field and the back glass. For the scoreboard. So you're supposed to have two of these. You're supposed to have that one and then one over here. Well, you can see that one's all broke out. So even if I did find that hinge, I wouldn't have been able to bolt down on there. So I come up with this. I'll drill a couple holes and I'll bolt him down on there. And that'll hold our backboard in place. That's all that's for, is, you know, it's just a basic hinge, a pin through a hole. It's mainly for just tipping the backboard out, changing light bulbs, and and changing back glass if you have to. But mainly it's just to tip it forward so you can change light bulbs. When it goes up in, it sits right down on here. So we got that. That'll be taken care of. You can see I cleaned that door up. Got that door really nice, along with the shooter. The legs, like I said, the legs cleaned up really nice. Really surprised me how well they cleaned up. Usually when they're rusty like that, they don't clean up. You just replace them. But this time they cleaned up nice. So let's touch up the cabinet now, get that finished up, and then we'll be pretty well set. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got her all finished up. The cabinet's done. Got all the sides touched up. Hardest part was matching this cream color, which is kind of an antique white now. It used to be pure white. You can see a couple spots that I scrubbed really hard, and you can get down to the white, but I'm not scrubbing it down that hard. The hardest part is getting that to match, because you get one area to match and then the rest of it doesn't match anywhere else. Got that big spot taken care of, and that's where those two big burn marks were. And dabbing in the little black speckles was fun. Tried a toothbrush. You can see here, it doesn't match real good here, but then you come down below and it matches better. Not there. There. But it's just an inconsistency of color on it, so you're just going to have to get it the close as you can in areas, and then the rest of it's you're just gonna have to live with it. Looks a lot better. But you can spend weeks pissing around with the cabinet, but this machine, it is what it is. It's an old machine, and it's gonna be in somebody's house or man cave or garage or whatever to be played and enjoyed. And that's all it's for. It's not a showpiece, not going for perfection, just going to revive these old machines and keep them up and running. This will be another one that we bring back from the dead. So I hope you enjoyed the video. The next episode, we're going to start putting her all back together, putting the mechanics in it, and getting everything all put back together, and start working on the playing field, so we can get it all tore down, cleaned up, touched up. Same with the back glass, which is sitting over there. We'll get that all touched up when we do the playing field. So if you like the video, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll bring you more of these cool pinball videos and arcade videos. Right now I got pinball machines to do, so we're doing pinball machines to try and get them ready for Christmas. So thanks for watching. Until next time. See ya.